Hello guys, just thought of sharing a interesting observation about marathons. You must have seen Kelvin Kiptum has completed Chicago Marathon in 2 hours and 35 seconds, which is very close to the barrier of breaking the barrier of 2 hours for a full marathon. Eliud Kipchoge is my favorite, one of my favorite runners from Kenya, a very nice fellow. Now, point here is I had to study. I had written one book for Satara Marathon. This was in I think 2018-19. So it was about how evolution of Satara Marathon, and it was about evolution of Satara Marathon. For writing this book, I had to study certain aspects of marathons. So I had to go through Trish Brasher's London Marathons founder, Trish Brasher's autobiography. Then I read Paula Radcliffe, who is a famous UK marathoner, her biography, and obviously our friend Satara Marathon founder Dr. Kate. He had also written a nice book in Marathi on marathons, so I could contribute in some way to this also. So point here is running marathons. Obviously, I'm very fond of. Though typically I don't run, but marathon is my favorite subject, one of the favorite subjects. The point here is to maybe share analogy between the life, career, and marathons. So if you luckily, coincidentally, if you look at 40, 41, 42 years of career, active career, it is also marathon, and the confusion is between sprinting and marathon running, full marathon and sprint. Usain Bolt is the champion of sprint, 100-meter sprint, 9.63 seconds, global world record, and Eliud Kipchoge and now Kelvin Kiptum is now marathon champion, world record holder, 2 hours and 35 seconds. What my point here is, if you want to complete your marathon of career your marathon of career and life at a expected speed, you must follow marathon running. And then sprint cannot be always the solution in marathon running, because you have to pace your innings, pace your running based on the timeline that you are targeting. For example, 2 hours and 35 is world record, current Chicago Marathon, Kelvin Kiptum, and Eliud Kipchoge and team has already tried breaking the barrier of 2 hours, running full marathon below 2 hours, which they are not yet officially recognized or successfully completed. They had completed certain unofficial races, but it is not considered a record. So point here is, if I have to, let us say, complete one full marathon of career, let us say 41 point whatever kilometers in 2.5 hours or 3 hours or 3.5 hours, there are pacers in marathons. Basically, people to whom we can follow. People will guide us. For example, there are pacers for 2 hours, 2.30 minutes, 3 hours, 3.30 minutes, 4 hours, 4.30 minutes, 5 hours, and then on. So these pacers will be, these are people who will be complete. For example, a 3-hour pacer will be completing full marathon in 3 hours. So if my objective is to complete my full marathon in 3 hours, I can tag along him, I can run with him, and he will make sure that I will be reaching the destination. I will finish the marathon at around 3 hours. Similarly, if my objective is to complete my marathon in 4 hours, I will tag along with a pacer who is running with the flag of 4 hours. So his objective is to finish marathon in 4 hours and to guide people who are targeting to finish the marathon in 4 hours, so that they can tag along and they can pace their run. Now, this is how we can approach our careers and life also. If you have certain objectives, let us for example say finishing marathon in 4 hours or achieving certain objective in this stipulated time, we can select our pacers and we can follow them, we can tag along them, and they will guide us to the victory. I cannot make a mistake of, let us say, if my objective is to finish my full marathon in 3 hours, I cannot tag along people who are running 4 hour with 4 hour flag, 4 hour pacers. Neither can I follow 2.30 minutes pacer, because then in both the cases I'll be exhausted and it will not match my objectives. The point, and this will not help me. I need good pacers who will guide me and who are in line with my objectives in marathon of life and careers. Now, sprinting is a small part of marathon which can be used from time to time. We cannot continuously sprint in full marathon. It is not possible humanly. We will get exhausted and fall down and whatever. It is not recommended. So sprinting can be part of your full marathon, but it has to be strategically placed for a very brief time, maybe at the finish line, or maybe at the start, or maybe in between, wherein your competitors are getting ahead. you can use that as a tactic, but not as a full-time marathon strategy. You cannot sprint full marathons. Exactly like careers, we cannot sprint in our careers, running haywire, trying anything and everything to achieve the objective and sustain and stay and progress in your 40 years of career. So that is the thought process that I thought of sharing with you. We are running a marathon. We may use sprinting sometimes, but don't be a sprinter in marathons. Thank you very much.